Well, hey everybody, it's been a while since I've come to you with a bit of a garden update. So I thought I would start with where I get everything started. This here is my arrow garden. With my arrow garden, as you can see, it's kind of overgrown. I have thyme, which I never had time for anything. A random pepper that came in a packet of seeds that said random peppers. And, well, very late in the season, I do also have a cantaloupe. And in the back there, I've got tomatoes. But the tomatoes I've designed and designated to be for indoor for the future season of the winter. Coming into the front yard, and I love doing container gardening because it's its own ecosystem. This one here, I've just flowers, and a lot of people know, wait a minute, you're a vegetable gardener. Hey, I have my morning glories, and these guys, unfortunately, during the time of taping or filming, however you want to say it, well, they're not glorious right now. Moving around, I do have corn, tomatoes, even I've got zucchinis, peppers, and late season broccoli. Earlier in the season, I did have broccoli where my broccoli was beautiful. It made 2 good meals, but then again, I only had 3 heads to it, which made perfect for me. Even out front, just on my patio, I do have, well, flowers that have already bloomed for the season, but even here, I've decided to just randomly throw in some tomatoes. Why? Well, they were the ones I didn't think were gonna make it. But some of them have made it very, very well. Even going through my backyard, as you can see, I do have a bit of an overgrowth, even a weed problem. But some things have actually come back to life that I'm so happy for. This tree here died 2 years ago, but it has had plenty of new growth. The new growth, which I plan on keeping, as to replace the tree. Everything else, I have plans for. Right here is normally my fire pit, but as you can see, I have cherry tomatoes, seedlings, and many other things that I used to grow and get in the sun. This is where I usually set my new seedlings into the sun before I put them in the ground, a couple hours a day, so that way they don't get sun scald. Some things have turned out pretty well, and I'll even plant them late this season so that way I can take them indoors later this year. I've got a nice little crop of cherry tomatoes right here. I'll even have one now. So happy to have fresh veggies. Unless you call a tomato a fruit. Either way, it's good to eat. Hey Marv. Now this is my most prideful section. I rotate crops out of here in all different ways, whether it be from tomatoes, what I have here now, tomatoes and peppers, or even just artichoke. I do have many other things back here. I do have several varieties of roses that intertwine here. I even have my hops, which I have several different varieties of, and I don't even make beer. I just love the smell of it. My dog apparently loves it because he's just chilling out behind me. Behind me, I do have a couple of types of basil, as well as strawberries, and even a spicy oregano. Why I said it like that, I don't know. But it's so fun to even think, for my first year, behind me I do have eggplant. I have grown them in the past with success of 1 eggplant per plant, and I feel like I'm gonna have the same success this year. I'll be working on getting more next year, because I would like some baba ganoush. You'll have to forgive me for the sounds of the highway, as some of my last crops, as I work across the property, do back up to the highway. Along here, I do have a couple of different crops. One of my favorite that I'm actually trying out for the first time this year are my sunflowers. I'm hoping to do better than David's this year, but we'll see. Working my way down, I do have lots of corn, some that has done better than others, and even some that's already ready to top. While this right here down along the center, this is my rainbow corn. I grew it just because it looked really cool, and it has a lot of history behind it, why it became so many different colors. I would love to look into gem corn as well. Down below, you may not be able to see it, and it's kind of hard to film. Down below, I do have some carrots and some beans, but I don't think they're gonna do well this year. Then again, we are coming into a cooler season, and if I can get some carrots that are a couple inches long each, I'll be happy to go. Now for my next section, unfortunately, I won't be able to be in it, but I can kind of get in depth with it. As you can see, I do have a pepper patch, and this year it's a little overgrown, and unfortunately, I believe a nutrient deficiency in the soil has given it an unlikely lack, where some are thriving and some are not. Normally I'd have like 15 to 20 cayennes. I have 2 this year. Well, I don't know if it's really a cayenne, but hope to find out soon. It seems like everything turned out to be a Scotch bonnet, even though I had 4 or 5 different. Well, everybody, that's kind of the update that I have for this point. We're starting out August. I know I missed out on July, but I don't think you missed much. My dog Marvin has found he likes tomatoes, so kind of sucks having this here. I missed out on tomatoes, but I made sure to leave some extra ones on there just so that way I could show you guys how special it is to have a plant just like this. Well, this side ain't good. That doesn't mean I don't have some work to do today. To everybody out there, I want to mention, don't forget to throw a slam down on that like button, because it helps out the best to push this video out to everybody as possible. Don't forget to comment and subscribe, and we'll see you in another month. Well, I did forget to show you one thing, but it ain't the dog. It's the compost pile. As you can see, it's very alive and it's very active, and it's probably maybe worth 2 yards. We'll see you guys next time.